Let's do it then. Welcome to Pernell Bobby, your AstroTherapist, really helping you to alleviate suffering. Oh, wow. Leveraging astrology to do it. I got an awkward sun angle, but it's cool, bro. I got my mic coming on. I was so excited to do this since like yesterday, but I didn't have the energy. Oh my God, are you guys kidding me? This Mercury retrograde joint be really bothering me. I know I just put that in there. Whatever. So I guess I'm not plugging up my mic, which I would rather if I'm being real, because then I can better not yell. Today is about what's super dope. Hey, what's up, Michi? How you doing? The Queen. The Queen. Let me know if this is still going or if my Wi-Fi just took a lapse. As I smelled it, as I said that, I smelled poop. Thank you for your vote, that you felt the sophistication in the relations, pretty much develop, pretty much evolve. Venus. Okay, I just plugged. That is live. If you can just let me know that that worked, that you can hear me before I go complete ham on this message, that would be dope. So today is, and if you can't hear me, somebody just go thumbs down. Somebody say something. Today we get it in. Thank you, Michi. Appreciate it. Today we get it in. Shout out to the latest and greatest coming into the retreat. If you happen to watch this live or on replay, thank you. Really, really dope. I just put my headphones in sync. We got a new lady coming to the retreat, which is super dope. Things are continuously moving forward. I make this mention because of the Pisces energies in the sky still. Mars in Pisces is about faith, right? We have to still continuously have faith. And the best that I've understood faith in the most recent days is knowing that there's an ocean there when you can only see the stream. Did you just hear what I said? Knowing that there's an ocean there when you can only see the stream. And this is Mars in Pisces, right? You just have to take action. What's up, Jeremiah? On what you know, right? So here's an example I used earlier, right? I know that the retreat is going down in Puerto Escondido, Mexico. I have the Airbnb location. I know where it's at. I may not have my flight. I have some flights, but not all of them to get to the exact spot. I may not have 8 full women coming, at the exact moment yet. Okay. I may not have all of the resources. All right. Right now I put down half of the retreat location to lock and secure the spot. But the faith is coming on the second half being due that everything will be in order. I do not have, y'all feel me? So if you resonate with that analogy, thank you, Michi, I see you. This is about faith is knowing that the ocean is there, but you can only see the stream. At the end of the day, I know my ocean, okay? So I want you to take a moment, whether you're watching this live or not, to understand what is your ocean that faith is requiring you to just trust that is right there versus it not actually fully being there yet. Definitely take a moment tomorrow, right before the eclipse. We're checking in as a group, as a team, as a community. I just dropped in the chat the angel Reiki that I'm running and hosting. Understand that we're not going to be coming here meditating and on some kumbaya stuff. I'm a movement guy. I'm a movement guy, okay? I want to move energy in, out, and through the body as we breathe. Before I get into what this message is about today, Venus conjunct Chiron, and how the Libra Moon is here. This is essentially taking over the astro download that I've been doing each and every moon. I've been looking to maintain, really giving you what comes downloaded. And this Libra one really didn't come on time, you know, in a sense, on time. It didn't come when I want it, right? The energy wasn't there. I wanted to do this message yesterday. The energy was not there. I would have forced it. I would have been dry. Thank you for those thumbs ups. I appreciate you. And it just wasn't there. And I really wanted it to be there. From 2 days ago, I got the message, but I didn't have the energy to push that message. And it was like, this is again, Venus conjunct Chiron. Venus is the pleasure, right? Venus just wants things to be simple, wants it to be lush, wants to take its time, and wants to know where it's going before it gets there, right? And Chiron just gets triggered whenever it wants, especially in Aries. Now these triggers are quick, they're rapid, they're impulsive. You just rage out. Ultimately, when what? When you can't understand or explain or communicate beautifully the wounds that you have in relation to conversations you have and discuss with others. Does that make sense? So Chiron in Aries is very much unevolved. It's pretty much unconscious in the ways that it screams like a little baby. And so this looks like me as an Aries in my younger stages having tantrums, but not recognizing that I was just whining. I was literally just complaining. I was like a baby communicating in a way that really wasn't clear, really had no sophistication, really wasn't beautiful at all. It was raw, it was primitive, and it was hurtful to others across from me. Think about it. An infant does not care about any other needs, desires, or wants other than its own. So this is the lower level energy of an infant. And there's that stage where, you know, when we really can't care for ourselves, this is Chiron and Aries, Aries, Chiron, when we really can't care for ourselves, this is the stage where we are forced to rely on a parent or a guardian to take care of us, right? Even though as an Aries, and give Chiron and Aries, Venus right now in Aries, we want to do it ourselves. We're not really considering a team in that process. We're considering ourselves the team, the coach, and the player, the star. But in order for us to embrace the beauty of Taurus energy, feminine, Libra energy, masculine, the beauty being Venus, this conjunction with Venus conjunct Chiron just helped us to understand. But ultimately, these wounds are rising because the opposition of Libra. Opposition just means Libra is the opposite side of Aries. And the Libra moon is much more analytical. It's much more able to step outside of its body and not act on impulse at all. Rather than exactly the post you've seen when you came in here. It has the ability to go, okay, this weighs more. Aries will just be like, I like this one. I'm going for it. But Libra will say, I see why you like this one. I see what this one offers in value. I see how this can get there one day, but it's not there yet. Okay, this is the value. This is what I value. But now instead of yelling and barking at someone to say, this is what I value, Libra now has the ability to say, have you noticed the architecture on the inside of this sound bowl? The architecture is of the highest prestige. And the writing on the outside is authentic. Greetings, how you doing, Maja? Greetings. The writings are authentic. Now, it may not seem like much, and you may want this, and I fully understand that you want this. But have you taken a different look at these angles that I just discussed? And then now the younger of Libra or Aries would say, with the guidance, with the clear objective mind of thought and ideas, okay, being expressed and communicated properly with sophistication and really not much anger at all being involved. Not that Libra does not get angry, because Libra's anger is way more terrifying than Aries' anger. Aries' anger is not terrifying at all, beyond the first seconds of when it barks, but it barks out of insecurity. And this is why Venus, which likes beautiful, lush, stable, and sophisticated connections, relationships, and it values all these aesthetically pleasing things, among more, this is why it falls in Aries. Because Aries is just like, well, I never thought that far. The owner of Aries is Mars. And Mars as a planet is unconscious, which means what? The ruler, Mars, of Aries and Scorpio are both unconscious. And that's how this Scorpio lunar eclipse is playing very major, and why the Libra Moon is helping us to break this stuff up and begin to more intellectually understand what is the importance in our relationships of developing a more sophisticated approach to speaking, to communicating our ideas at the more evolved stages of communication. Because at the end of the day, like, Libra is like a master communicator. So masterful that it can easily be a master manipulator. And in fact, even in its positive, theoretically, it is a master manipulator, even when it does good. Because it's still getting me to choose this bowl, which I probably need, even though my impulse says I want this stick. Libra has the ability, through the manipulation, okay, of the relationship and its intelligence, the manipulation even of its own intelligence, can help make the balanced and sophisticated decision in the way that everyone finds an agreement point. Now, when I say agreement point, this brings us back to last year, the Venus point, the Venus star point, where essentially, I don't know the month or the day, but essentially what it was we were learning how to value ourselves as individuals in a way that we've never done before, in a way that has worked us through the most deepest levels of healing, even in our more raw, primitive Aries-like reactions. Now today, because the moon is opposite of Aries and it went over at about 12 degrees, the degree of surrender, the degree of sacrifice, the degree of rest. This rest is why I literally could not push this message when I wanted to push it. Even though I had the information, I was ready to do it. I was overly enthusiastic. I was more than excited. It happened, the Venus point, at the 12th degree. So me with Libra Moon, instead of pushing that Libra Astro Moon download message, I was able to weigh out. This is why all things balance. And definitely hit that thumbs up if you have not already. Help your boy out in the channel. This is why Libra is so critical important in this spectrum of relationship. This is why it runs the space of relationships, because it knows how to bring harmony and balance and fairness to the relationship. Libra in its highest form is divine justice. And I thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. You really rock. That's why in its highest form, Libra is divine justice. Divine in the sense where in the angelic hierarchy, you have fire coming first, closest to the heavens. And then you have air. Libra is in that air. But understand that the moon is more of the private life. So right now the moon is in Libra in our private sector. I thank y'all for those thumbs up. Y'all really rock. I thank y'all for taking that vote, recognizing, wow, like whether I realize it or not, my relationships have become almost more sophisticated in how I deal with them. Now, let me tell you why I was so excited about this message. And I want to tell you from a little bit of the excitement of the Aryan energy as I calm down the Libra analytical and practical mind that wants things to be really fair and balanced. And I bring it more into the Aryan's energy in a second. I'll give you a prime example. I have some wild effery happening lately, okay? Some wild effery. And you have too. You have been with a very clear objective mind watching the BS. And you know what? it stank. It stank. You know it stank. The people involved knows it stank. And each and every one of us understand who chose the sophisticated route to find, in a sense, a win-win agreement, even if that meant both of you lost, but it was the best possible outcome. This is Libra Moon. Effery. Yeah. Effery. Effery right now is my way of polishing my communication. I have a Mercury in Aries, right? So like I talk like an Aries naturally. Now, Libra, other parts of me as well, I have a lot of 7th house energy, now says, hey, the strategic and the wise thing is YouTube's gonna pay you, bro. And you're gonna get more if these ads just build up because I'm not cursing. Okay. My 7th house in Taurus is like, you mean I can buy food that that I like, even though it's more expensive, because now my food budget has just become a part of YouTube's monetization program? Oh yeah, forget the effery. Forget the effery. Effery in this instance being, I don't need to curse. You're gonna buy me my vegan meals that cost so much. So now when I go to Miami, I go ahead and say, yeah, give me that one. And then the waiter looks at me like, sir, if you haven't noticed, the price is extremely high and only for the most sophisticated of stomachs. Now, I want to get back for a second. I have Pluto and Mercury and Libra in the 9th. That's dope. Okay, let me go back for a second and get more to where I was going with this. We've all been dealing with some effery. Okay? But right now, your instinct is just clear. Wind signs are objective in nature. They're very clear in the mind. They're very clear in their energy. Libra instinctually knows the right answer the first time. So don't get it twisted that just because they can rate win-win situations and they're a little bit agreeable and in their negative form, their low form, the lower energies, they are very intentional in the forms that they manipulate, okay? Relationships. They create intentional friendships. Libras create intentional, significant relationships in the positive and the negative, okay? They will connect the president with the vice president. And it's intentionally, but maybe that was a good connection. Doesn't make it bad. Intentional connections, intentional significant relationships being built doesn't mean that things are bad. Doesn't mean that they're evil. But Libra, in a sense, if I looked at it, I thought about this the other day, and Gemini's version of friendship is curious friendships. Where, you know, they might not go too deep. They might not even really stick, but the friendship started off on the basis of curiosity, okay? Libra is not really curious. Libra just knows what it wants and what it needs. Why? Because Aries is what I want is what I need and what I need is what I want. Okay, so Libra, the evolved form of Aries now, in that wind space is intentional friendships. It knows what it needs, it knows what it wants, and it gets it. In a way that is posh, okay? Classic, sophisticated, savvy, intellectually savvy, but also intentional. So it created a dynamic that ultimately could literally manipulate a situation. And most of its forms of communication are also just forms of manipulation. Why? Because being nice is a form of manipulation. And Libra is nice. Libra is nice. But Libra is also nice in a sense where it creates agreeable situations. This is why Libra is the balance being. It creates the win-win, even if something gets lost underneath. Now, this is critical up front. Why? Because it allows us to be more balanced in our mind before we hop into the lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Now, this Scorpio lunar full moon is a big-ass closing. It's huge. This closing is huge, going back to 2014 and 2018. What was happening in 2014 in your life? I say this in other videos. Check them out. And what was happening in 2018 in your life? Venus in Aries the fact that it has now won over the Libra moon, it has done exactly this for us. As we go ahead and hit those thumbs ups for anybody that's brand new in here. And I'm glad to see y'all all vote that most of us are feeling way more sophistication in our relationship. And let me talk to you about the effery. Now, Venus in Aries, the season that it is, most people are being very primitive, especially as well with their sex drive. Be very, very careful right now of having fellatio or, you know, those exotic one-night stands. This is likely to bite you in the butt right now. Be very careful. I'm being honest. I've been saying this in the beginning of Venus in Aries. Venus in Aries is really much unconscious and is not going to think. And Venus on this negative side can be addictions. So Venus can be addicted to things Aryan. Aryan addictions are essentially sex. Sex that you don't think forward about, which might be, I'm not using a condom. Oh, there goes an STD. I'm not using a condom. Oh, there goes twins. Damn, you didn't want twins. Venus in Aries. You banged that dude in the bathroom bar. Okay. Well, wow, it was great. You took what you wanted when you wanted it. Awesome. Did you know that that was your boss's daughter? You just lost your job. Matter of fact, she told you, but you were too quick and impulsive. This is Venus in Aries. Versus like a Venus in Libra, which is like, look, you're going to connect with that girl because it gets you closer intentionally to that boss's daughter. This is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. They both have Venus in the 10th house. Their career has taken the priority and they're intentionally dating each other. Twins are better than STD. Yeah. Anyone else feeling Esker Frisky lately? Yes. Yes. I'm telling you, people having nasty raw dreams on some like, yo, D me down in the forest next to Smokey the Bear. And in between my head and between your legs, I want you to hit the pipe. It's getting real frisky. And then it's like, wait, we just met 10 minutes ago. What's up, Kaisha? We just met 10 minutes ago. This is Venus in Aries. It's a frisky energy. Fire signs and wind signs, y'all the ones that can easily get caught up and just be moving too quickly. Water signs and earth signs going to be a little bit easier to deal with some of this energy because they're a little more stuck in their ways. But even then, you know, Taurus is very hedonistic energy. This is what's interesting, right? The moon is in Libra right now, but so is Taurus is in the sun. What does that mean? Well, Venus is the ruler of both of them. Venus rules Taurus and Libra, masculine and feminine. While it's currently in its fall, whoa, hello, Mrs. Queen Bee. While it's currently in its fall, but we're in Taurus season, Taurus in its low-level energies, which is very young, is only the one step older than Aries, is hedonism. It's hedonism. It's choosing pleasure over peace. But yet and still, the solar eclipse in Scorpio was asking us to choose peace over pleasure. So that's not just about, you know, sexual attraction. This is also about valuing certain things about relationships that are very short-sighted. Okay, Venus and Aries, valuing the short-sighted needs and wants. And not taking the time to use this Libra Moon energy, which going over this Chiron is helping us heal how we talk to others. Where, like I said, you know, there's some real life sage. Oh, look at this. This talks to me. This is the otter. This means have fun. And it's a water energy. Okay. What this means, and I'm telling you, there's real shady action happening. But the hardest part right now, which is the easiest part because energetically it's aligned with it, the sun realizing what? Harmony. Realizing that we're stepping North Node and Taurus towards harmony. The moon in Libra, okay, you're not embracively moving or acting on your desires, your wants, or your needs. You're allowing yourself to have fun, but you're also realizing that the water is there. Because the outer is all about having fun, but the water means that you have to emotionally be really on board with the type of fun that you're having. So, you know, if you emotionally don't agree with a behavior or with the actions of the person you're now relating to, be careful of choosing to have fun with them based off the short-sighted run. Here's a prime example. There was a moment where This girl threw herself at me. I mean, literally threw herself. And I didn't choose the short-sighted fun. And I was more like, put your clothes on. Legit. What are you doing? I don't value, like, you know, this is Venus Aries. Like, I don't value X, Y, and Z. Like, talk to me. We haven't had dinner yet. I don't even know anything about you. I value the mind. Did you know that? I don't value the body. So this is looking at and not falling for the shortcomings of the quick, fiery, impulsive Aries-like energy. Where in all sincerity, as a triple Aries in my younger years, I might have just said, just because. You know what? You're already naked. Just because. Just because. But that's the more uninvolved Aries energy. With the Libra Moon here, we're now having a chance to look back at those stages, and I myself included right now in this instance, to look back at those stages and say, wow, in the moments of any forms of insecurity rising, here's where I failed. Possibly was being used as a vessel. Probably. Definitely been feeling those feelings, but it's all good. Yo, it is all good. It is all good. Because you're going to get random bursts of horniness right now. Like, almost like the sensations that you're going to experience are like, whoo, did you feel that? Did anybody else feel that? Because, ooh, my sacral is talking. My sacral chakra is talking as something just fell. But look at this. I didn't even notice this. These dice are currently laying Pluto in Cancer, 12th house. What this tells me is Pluto in Cancer, 12th house. What this tells me is we're going through a permanent transformation, okay, on an emotional level. And we're finally resting. We're resting enough to experience those emotions so that we can go through this transformation. We're surrendering to what our feelings are saying, where it's like, I don't value this. The Libra Moon, when it went conjunct at the 12 degrees, it forced that surrender. 12 degrees is surrender. It forced more unconditional values. It forced us to have our values aligned with more unconditional love. It forced us to surrender to valuing what our emotional intelligence has pretty much delivered us. Wow, I'm really happy that it led you to become a Reiki master. That's power to you. Where are you from? Pushpita, where are you from? And I'm happy you shared. Definitely feeling those feelings and starting. And it's starting and it's too much. Yeah. Yeah. The best way that I know how to work through this level of energy, as I ask you all in here to go ahead and like this video if you're brand new on here. And I thank you for taking those 7 votes so far. I see 9 people. Let me get 9 votes. What's important to understand about this energy is you have to breathe up and down the spine, up and down the Kundalini right now. Your base root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra. Red, orange, yellow, up and down. Because this is where we lie with all of our human ambitions and how we balance our relationships in the orange, or how we feel stable financially, okay? Because Venus is also part of what? The financial foundation. That's Taurus. That's the feminine side. Willing to destroy anything in its way in order to feel safe, secure, and stable. Now our sun is recognizing that. What do we need to do on this foundational level? Now the opposite, with the moon now being in Libra, you put that back in Venus. What is this saying? This is saying that we know how to manage and control our urges, right? Literally, like we intellectually and objectively look at this and know how to control our urges. And if you do, here's the reward. You will heal a deep-seated wound in where you have sacrificed yourself in relationships. Where in the midst of that sacrifice in relationships, you more privately have become what? Passive aggressive. Because you have the intelligence of how to manipulate with writing, your words, your language, as well as what you know about the relationship dynamic. You know the ins and the outs. You know how to create the balance, which means you also know how to create a false balance. You know how to create a balance that's beneficial for you potentially in the moment, because you didn't get what you needed, that you know you needed now as a Libra. You didn't get what you needed. And so this is and I say needed in the sense where Aries is like, look, it gets what it needs now. Libra gets what it needs, and it knows what it needs up front, but it makes sure that it balances out the dynamic. But as it's doing that, if you're with a partner who's not balancing that back out and instead is feeding off of your grade A energy, okay, this is the definition of narcissism, with that actual personality disorder, not narcissism, because narcissism is powerful, it's potent. Remember the story of Narcissus. We need narcissism, and instead of acting like narcissism isn't the simplicity of I love myself. Narcissistic personality disorder is the next step. It's the next level. I've been drinking water all day, kind of helping, but it feels good to know it's not just me. Yeah, I just took an ice cold shower. This is energy, now that Jupiter is also in Aries, this is excessive heat. Excessive moment by moment spark up. Just adding fire to the furnace. It's like having a choo-choo train and you throw coal in it, okay? But with Venus now there, we value throwing coal in it. We're like, yeah, I like this new start. I like this new step into my identity. All those people that hurt me, all those people that in those relationship dynamic, I was giving and solving their problems, and I hid all of my insecurities. And by responding to those insecurities, I just overproved myself. I overly validated what I never needed to. This is Aries and Venus, right? Valuing that. And now Jupiter just says, more fire, more sparks, push this forward. Now, if we do that so unconsciously, what do? We invite more effery. We invite conflict. But we take on the conflict, and it's ultimate because without Libra, we don't have the socially diplomatic skills to create the harmony and the balance through intellectual discussion and conversation. So we try to overprove with our actions what we cannot communicate with our words and our mouth and our intellect. With Venus conjunct Chiron, we've gone through a healing where we realize I can be more sophisticated in these relationships and clearly identify and speak out loud, here's what I need. Because this is who I am today, now, as I've gone through my healing. And Chiron, Aries, Chiron and Aries, what once used to be something that would hold you back is now pushing you from behind. Okay, India, I had a feeling. Thank you for sharing. Glad I see the network and the channel reaching out so far. That's super dope. I was looking at Mumbai today. Last night I was looking at astrocartography, and I got a good line in Mumbai. So it's on my list. It's on my hit list. I will be in Mumbai. But I'm really proud of the level of celibacy I've mastered. Hey, let's everybody in the chat give her a little clap, give her a little thumbs up for the level of celibacy that she's mastered up until this point. That body to body contact, so sensitive, yeah. Can't afford to play with this journey. I've come too far. Power to you, Kaisha. I'm really proud of you. Tremendously. Proud. Somebody else show her some love, because that's hard, that's tough. The reason I said I took a cold shower to that comment of drinking water all day is because when you put extra fire in the sky, you heat up. Thank you, Jeremiah, for giving her that love. You heat up. I know this all too well as an Aries. Like, I be cooking, I be overheating. This is hard. This is a problem. This is something tough to maintain on a day-to-day. Thank you, Michi, for giving her that love. The people who are trying to play you now in this day and age, you don't even fight with them anymore. You're way too sophisticated. Literally, you're way too classy. You're way too posh. and you're way too polished. Straight cooking. Straight cooking, I know. Today was hot, bro. And I've been seeing this country to country. Like, I've been having people hit me up in different countries, and they're telling me, like, they're just hot. The weather is cooking up. Yeah, posh. The weather's cooking up. We're cooking up as individuals, literally Aries individuals. And, you know, impulsive Aries flames is very tough. Okay, like Leo's flame, in a sense, like, it could be simpler in its own way because it's sustainable. Okay, it's a bonfire. There's like rocks outside that fire where, yo, you can't cross over this firewall. You will get burned. And you may not be able to cross outside of that either. You will get burned if it's out of control. But at the end of the day, it sits where it is. It's fixed. Now, with cardinal energy, both Libra Moon, which is today, as well as cardinal fire Aries, it just keeps pushing forward, which means what? You're always in a new dark space. So what I'm saying is the more you embrace yourself as an individual and your individual personality, you will get played tremendously because you are pushing forward with vigor, with vision, okay? And with a spark that is undefinable. Why? Because it's always new. You always knew. You progress so much. And this is why Aries in its positive does not have, one of the things you can value about Venus and Aries is that you do not have the time or the energy to not forgive. Because Aries is pushing forward in new directions and new ways so much that it literally does not have the bone to have focused on a lack of forgiveness. What's up, Kiba? How you doing? So, because the Scorpio lunar eclipse is coming, understand what has allowed these doors to stay open, okay, karmically. Why have you karmically kept attracting the same person, the same relationship in a different body? I speak for myself as well. And I thank y'all for giving Kaisha the love. Community is super important. What has stopped you from closing these Scorpio full moon doors? Okay, because the 15th, 16th, it's happening. Those doors are closing no matter what. That's 2 more days. Come to the event tomorrow. We're going to be in there. It's right here. It's free to join. Right now, I think there's 26 people or so in there. And we're going to help you close these doors. Because you kept attracting the same person in a different body. I talk about myself right now as well. But why? Because we didn't learn how to balance out the relationship dynamic, which was not giving more to your partner, but it was giving more to yourself. With Venus and Aries right now, we value officially, potentially even on the more drastic side, we're now addicted, okay? We're now addicted to the energy of giving to ourselves and completely ignoring the needs or desires or wants or what's even fair and balanced in a relationship with others, which doesn't have to be romance, but I think a lot of us can probably say this is romance, but this is also business. Now, among that, as you begin to honor yourself and heal these wounds in a way where you no longer respond, in a way where you have to over-deliver, you have to over-give because of feelings of inadequacy. Chiron in Aries is feelings of inadequacy, so you over-deliver. Now you understand more objectively and logically that the moon has activated some of these childhood wounds. I want you to really say real quick, like, has childhood wounds pulled up recently on you? Have you been feeling like old school children stuff? All the childhood effery, have you seen it pull up? This is a blessing because you have a time and the moment for divine justice. The people who used to try to play manipulation tactics, you are now watching them in real time play their little game. And you're looking at them like, I wonder if they know that I see them. No, my instinct is very clear. They know that I see what they're doing. And they still try to keep up the act and the charade. Wow. Oh, wow. And they try to gaslight me in the process. Are you dumb? No, they're definitely dumb. But wow, I used to be dumb. Because I remember this girl I used to date that used to do the same thing. I used to do the same thing. Dang, that was my wound coming up. These are the ways that my insecurities about fully being in myself and accepting and embracing myself without needing the validation of others outside of me, these are the ways. That's why this person is here. I'm so glad I'm past this stage. Because watching this on the other side, wow, you so dumb. That is so dumb. Damn, I was so dumb at a point. Thank God I've officially cleaned up my act and stopped jumping at my every urge and realizing that the real power as a king, a queen, or an empress or emperor is the ability to say no, even when I can say yes. Like that example that I gave. Okay, you can drop your clothes all you want, but that doesn't mean I need to say yes. And in fact, the ways and the manners in which this happened, it makes me more clearly want to say no. Because this is not what I value at this stage. My wounds are healed. And because they're healed, I'm going to go back and help heal others. And this is the whole purpose of Chiron. Chiron takes the wounds of himself and he learns the experience that's required. He remembers the experience. You're not learning nothing. Remember, he remembers the experience that's required to go take that gift and heal others. Kiba, what's up? Chiron return. There you go. Enjoy your Chiron return. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good to see you all. Thanks for being in here, dropping that thumbs up. I appreciate you tremendously. I'll be honest, this is game changer. The full moon that happened back last October allowed you to come into the full recognition of your identity. But then from there, you had to go ahead and reintegrate some new stuff, right? Like now that you have this new identity, this new personality, Aries, okay, this new fresh start on life, a new lease on life, now it's like we're preparing to fully embrace that as an individual right now. Taurus season, all the way up until we officially get into Leo season in like August. I'm telling you, it's not going to be until like August 8th that we're fully going to recognize I am the absolute like right now, you know it, but there's still a foundation that's being cemented. Taurus is still pouring in the cement. That's why we're going in this Mercury retrograde right now. We've logically taken a look at everything. Mercury in Gemini, that's a logical placement. It's at home. We've logically thought about all of our ideas and our thoughts, and we understand very clearly at this point what we're curious about, exploring and learning next. So we're going backwards in the retrograde to go Mercury into Taurus, which is saying before we really go next, okay, before we get into Cancer, Mercury in Cancer, and push forward on what we feel emotionally safe on, can't really get and feel emotionally safe if I don't have a foundation. I need to have a baseline. This is Mercury in Taurus. It's going to give us a baseline of this is what I value. This is what I possess in the positive. This is how I used to possess partnerships, money, my things. I used to possess them in this hurt way. And it was really expressing the lower levels of Taurus, which is greed and possession. Okay? I have, but how do you have it? Do you have it in the ways that you value? When you took that objective look, Mercury in Gemini, that's why we're coming back in the retrograde to Taurus, and we're going to go back forward again in Gemini. And it's really leading us to when Mercury goes into Cancer. So we can finally feel emotionally safe while practicing our emotional intelligence to say, these are your emotions and these are mine. Okay, listen to me again. These are your emotions and these are mine. And what you're realizing right now, with everything that's happening in this particular transit, you are officially healing the ways in which people used to play you like an infant, playing you for stupid. But the Libra Moon is activating a way for you to be more posh, honestly, to be more sophisticated, to be more balanced and harmonious, to allow divine justice to take place. Now, divine justice has nothing to do with you negatively or wildly spazzing out on somebody in the way that Venus and Aries could easily do, because you're already hot. Everybody's hot right now. And you know where you're hot at? You got a hot head. You know where else you got you hot at? You hot in the throat. And you know the last piece that you're hot at is the liver. So right now, I do not recommend you drink alcohol, because your liver, Libra is the liver, your liver will be overworked. Everybody's having trouble sleeping right now. Yeah. And I want to say this again. If you are drinking right now, and I got nothing against drinking, quite frankly, but I'm telling you, your sleep will be highly disrupted, because these wounds are making sure that they heal. Libra, the moon, is the liver, as well as Aries, opposite, okay? So Aries is going to overheat, is going to overcook right now. If the liver, the shadow, if the Libra is the liver, the shadow of Aries is Libra. So if you're dealing with your shadows, you're dealing with your shadow work by drinking or consuming alcohol right now, or anything that disrupts the liver negatively. I mean, alcohol is one that I know, okay? Eating foods that are potentially too acidic, burning holes in the linings of your liver. This right now, I highly do not recommend, because that would be the equivalent of saying that you're dealing with your shadows. And the filtration process, mind you, what is the liver doing? It's filtering nutrients. And it's telling things strategically where to go, what processes they need to go through in order to filter through. I'm almost curious real quick of is it liver function? Okay, I'm curious real quick of how deep this goes. The liver regulates most chemical levels in the blood, and it excretes a product called bile, which I'm pretty sure is like poop. This helps carry waste products from the liver. The blood leaving the stomach and the intestines passes through the liver. Okay, so what we digest, all right, and our gut, which is like our big brain, right? Our gut, our stomach is like the most intelligent brain. You have the most biomes in there. And if your gut is off, then your mind is off, okay? And if your mind is off, then you can get spiritually attacked easily. All right, this is easily allowing you to be possessed by others. Taurus is, in its low levels of energy, possession. Of what? It's two, partnership. So in your partnerships, you may choose the pleasure of, yo, that boy got a ding-a-ling on him, okay? Or, yo, that shorty got a fire hydrant. You know, she got the... I just got an important message that I've been waiting for. Mercury retrograde, baby. You just got, it's a weight game. It's a weight game. You know? So, you know, following pleasure over peace is saying, yo, that girl got the mac and cheese. Whatever that is. You know, when you mix the mac and cheese, the baked mac and cheese. Yo, Shireen, I meant to hit you. Thank you. I'm glad I saw your name. Whatever your Shireen would like to contribute for the event tomorrow, just shoot me a WhatsApp. I know you do so many things, whether that is ding-a-lang. That's what it is. That boy got that dang-a-lang. That boy got that that mandingo. That mandingo. And people be wilding out for that mandingo. See, well, people be like, women, guys, everybody, humanity be acting like women are not savages and more savage than men. I'm calling it out loud. I'm calling y'all out. I've witnessed this. Women are savage. Okay? Women are savage. Women be choosing pleasure over peace all the time. And men be falling for it. Men, we gotta step up, yo. We gotta stop falling for the low level urges. Men, step up. Start telling these women no. And understand that even though she's emotionally responding and saying and speaking on this urge or acting on it, understand that in all sincerity, she wants you to tell her no. She wants you to put her in place. She wants you to check her and say no. And her be like, I can't mean no. I got stuff to do. This doesn't necessarily mean that I don't like you, I don't rock with you, but because I do, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to wait. True women play the game. They're the referee and the player. Yo, talk about it, homie. Talk about it, homie. Cracking the F up. Yeah, talk about the effery, okay? Yo, women, I'm a Scorpio rising, and when I promise you, I saw you a long time ago, and I definitely see you now. Okay? 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 I want to say thank y'all for those thumbs up. If you have not hit that button, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Get this video to reach. Because here's what's going down, okay, on the Libra Moon. Thank you so much. This is awesome. What town is this guy in? Understand what's happening with this sophistication energy. As y'all saw, y'all took those votes up. World's most dangerous predators. Yes, I second that statement. Tell me no. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. For the men watching, here 1212 on screen. Here's what I truly recommend. Never have sex with a woman on the first day you meet her. No matter if it's hot and it's heavy, she's going to be, if I'm being all sincere, she's going to be much more subservient. Okay? Don't take that in the wrong way, like we're talking slaves. But let's be honest, she will be much more submissive. And let's be honest, you, as a male, you really do want your woman to be more submissive. You want her to stop giving you all those headaches and nagging you and all this yibbity you-ya. But you have to understand, man, that part of that and the majority of that is our fault. Because we are the lead. Ever seen the Vanilla Sky film? I have. It's mad old. I haven't seen that in a long... I can't even tell you what it's about right now. Whoa, we gotta... Yes. Okay, here's what this means. I like this card a lot. Given the message about Venus in Aries, conjunct Chiron, we're going through this major healing of our own personal identity. All because we're understanding what it means and how has being agreeable, okay? So this would be a prime example of what I'm giving for relationships, right? Libra energy is relationship significant energy, okay? That crazy woman in the film. I'm gonna have to see some more. I'm gonna have to see that again. In my personal opinion, the lower levels of Libra is when it cannot find a win-win solution, it will fall victim, quote unquote, or play victim, because it's way too smart to fall victim. So it's playing victim on being agreeable, because at that point it will be willing to sacrifice itself in order for harmony to be, in its most superficial form, developed, right? Now, a more evolved Libra will say there are going to be real life scenarios where conflict will arise and someone will not get the best end of the stick. But they also won't make sure that they just don't get the best end of the stick, or they don't get the worst end of the stick just to get a resolution. This is more balanced Libra energy. More balance is, look, even if somebody has to suffer in some way, shape, or form, even if it's me a little bit or it's my partner a little bit, we're still going to find that balanced equation. The otter, the dolphin, yeah. Okay, water energy. Oh my God, the shark, okay. I officially have a message. The otter is still here, right here. I officially have a message, but the otter, the shark, and the dolphin. Listen, the dolphin's saying that you have a profound blessing on the way. It's for the betterment. You have a profound blessing on the way. But in order to embrace this blessing, you have to understand that the dolphin is considered one of the smartest creatures, okay, that we know of. It uses one of the highest capacity of its brain power, giving it special and unique abilities like sonar and ways to communicate that are evolved, ways that humans will get back to, okay? And I say back to, understand, we devolved. Humans can use sonar. I just did it by accident the other day. And I was reminded by it when I saw a bat. Straight up, I saw a bat and I I had a sonar. I was like, oh crap, I got sonar abilities. Now, obviously, I don't believe that it was at the same height as that bat, but I recognize that it is true. Look at the sonar. Look, this is being able to communicate in ways that may not necessarily, okay, be with you using your words. But understand that when you're creating balance in your relationship dynamics, by honoring yourself, you are speaking your boundaries. Okay? You understand what I just said? By you acting and asserting your values. You don't have to always speak about it. Okay? Literally. That could at times with Libra energy, that could be just a smirk of disapproval. Like, what do you mean? You didn't really hurt anybody's feelings, right? What did you do? You said for yourself in that moment, it's not my cup of tea. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not bad. It ain't my cup. So my point behind this is when you get this card, it generally just means that a profound blessing is on the way. But I would like to take this a step further. You are innately intelligent, Libra. You are a healer. You are a light, Aries. And blessings, that's the card represents. The gift of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Look at the sonar, communication abilities around it. Look at the light. Literally look at the light. Literally look at the light. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts. Okay. Light. Aries is a light, healing. As they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. Did you hear what I just said? It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make on the world. This is what I talked about in lower levels Aries energy, right? Feelings of inadequacy. It's like, oh my God, it does so much. And I know this from my own personal life. In relationships, like, oh my God, I've done so much. I've always gone above and beyond and way too many steps beyond the beyond to make sure that I'm actually sensitive and sweet in relationships. Like dead ass just a sweet guy. The type that women in their unevolved stages will definitely play, and I've allowed that nonsense, that effery. Venus conjunct Chiron says, now you can see your intelligence is beyond that of the human mind, which look at this as, oh, if I stand up for myself, I'm going to lose my girlfriend or lose my boyfriend. It's like, you're about to gain everything beyond the intelligence of the human mind. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. Thank you for your thumbs up. I appreciate anybody on this channel. Drop the thumb. These creatures play an important role in the wheel of karma. That coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day. Here we go. Your day has changed, and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. But you do know that your power is out of balance, or that you're out of balance when you underestimate your own power. You are imbalanced if you are actively healing and if you have a strong spiritual practice. So there's 11 people in the chat right now. Let me get at least half of you, okay? Or all 11, which I would prefer, to type in one of your strong spiritual practices. That's an illusion. So right now I'm going to type one of my strong spiritual practices. Honestly, this one is really simple. Prayer. This is literally one of my strong spiritual practices. And you know, in all sincerity, like, I don't necessarily pray to anybody, and instead of saying like, you know, wallahi or amen, quite frankly, it turns out, and I end my prayers on love. That's literally the last thing I say. But I pray 3 to 4 times a day. Generally, it's when I eat. So technically I pray every single time I eat, which could be like 5 times a day. Food is my hedonistic pleasure. Gratitude, gratitude, dope. Thank you. Go ahead and share your strong spiritual practice. And in all truth, like my spiritual practices, they change over time. I always implement new ones. Now, wow, look, the shark was right next to the dolphin, 1 card away. This is literally Aries energy now. It literally says, and it's also a card of water. Look at the color. There's only one color that stands out. What color is that? Red. Always evolving. Absolutely. Unconditional love or prayer. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the engagement. Shireen, do me a favor on the other end and text me what you think you might really want to rock with in the morning, because you have so many abilities. Whether it's something that a dream that you had that you would like to interpret for the group, leading us into it, understanding that the premises of what we're doing tomorrow is to help close doors. Whoa, that is a big mother effing mosquito. What are you? You are not a mosquito. That isn't the evolution. That's like when Pikachu turns into Raichu. That was wild. Okay. All right. Distracted. Yeah, Shireen. Yeah, let me know whether that's you wanting to come in and doing a tarot pull for the closing of some big celestial doors, relationships that no longer have precedence. Whatever it is, just shoot me a message tonight and we'll connect. And everybody, welcome Shireen. She'll be helping to lead tomorrow. I have a few things for y'all. I'll send you on for sure. Thank you. Definitely give Shireen some love, because she's coming in tomorrow at the event as a guest teacher. And like I said, she has so many abilities, so I'm excited to see what she's done specific. And that's how much I really want as the community continues to grow. You know, I know she has so many abilities where I didn't even really be like, yo, I want this particular one. Like, you know, so everybody got talent in here, right? All of us watching. So you find yourself wanting to kind of step up to the plate and you're ready to pull the trigger on this Aries type energy, Venus in Aries, Jupiter in Aries, just send me a message, send me an email. Let's connect. Let's get you live somehow. This represents directness, exposure, and revealing your true nature and desire. Yeah. Directness, Aries. Exposure, Aries will expose that booty. Okay? Just by its directness alone. It's like, whew. And that's what's going on with this transit, okay? The truth has come out. People have been on the effery. Let's be real. People have been buck wild. They've been wilding out. And we've been watching them in real time. And the fact that Scorpio's coming up full moon, guess what? Everybody's going to be able to see. Everybody's going to know the truth. And justice is delivered. It has been delivered. I am so blessed that this last scenario, that because this is the internet, I'm going to choose to take some space and not speak on it directly, okay? In the way that the shark says, to be direct. I'm going to read this card because there might be more. I'm going off in this little moment for a moment. I'm going to go off for this moment. Listen. Divine justice has arrived. The best part behind the justice that we are all receiving as individuals in our relationships with others, in business, our friendships, and our romances. If you have done right by yourself, and if you have done right by others, I will say this clear channeled message. You are protected. Profound blessings are on the way. It's time to have fun. Okay? To stop drowning in the emotions and have some more fun. The Otter is one of the happiest characters in the deck. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates something big needs to be exposed. Full moon in Scorpio. As the sun graciously shines in my face. Full moon in Scorpio, okay? Everybody's dirt is coming out. Everybody's dirt is coming out. And the reality of this is like that person you walk up on with halitosis and they breath just kicking when you can't even pretend. You can't even pretend that you ain't smell something so ferocious. So disgusting. You can't pretend. No one will. This is the point where people with the halitosis realize, oh, my breath stank. My breath stank. And part of what that looks like is us having to answer for our lower level desires. And when we have chosen pleasure over peace, divine justice being dealt out. I promise you that. I promise you on my life. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. This card indicates something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest. Libra. Hesitant. Libra is a sign of truth and justice. That's why it gets along so well with Capricorn, because Capricorn is integrity. Even though one's earth and one's wind, and they naturally not supposed to, quote unquote, but they do. They get along. They respect each other. And it's the definition of, respecting someone else's public image does not mean that you have to like them. Because Libra don't really like everybody. In fact, Libra really hates a lot of people. See, people get Libra twisted. Like, Libra creates intentional friendships where it benefits to push forward. It's a logical relationship. That does not mean that they intimately F with you. They only have a very few intimate friends. So does Capricorn. See, Jeremiah already know the deal. Jeremiah Darren knows the deal. Nose perfume at the ready. Wow. Nose perfume, you silly. You got to check out the Sabian symbol for 25 degrees Scorpio. I'm really curious about what the Sabian symbol is because I don't know that off the top of my head. But I know 25 is the degree of Aries. Back to the directness of the shark energy in the water. Scorpio in the water. Libra's kindness. Yeah, And the reason why Libra energy don't mess with you is because it knows when you lying. You can't lie to a Libra. Are you dumb? Just in case somebody is dumb out there, let's just get you out. Are you dumb? Bro. Is you stupid? Alright, here we go. The shark energy takes over when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves. This is Venus conjunct Chiron. This is the healing. Or, dang, my computer just died. Whatever. Bye-bye, calm. Or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong. But when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. An X-ray photograph. You didn't even think I could see through the card the way you said that. It was so much confidence. I was like, oh, can I see through this? When you're out of balance, you're sneaky and destructive. This is the stuff. It's coming out. Each and every person that was really being sneaky and destructive in your life, I want you to understand that you don't need to really confront them in an aggressive way where you have to have a conversation that requires you to yell or to spaz out or to put them in their place. Did you hear what I just said? You do not need to have that conversation with anybody where you need to yell to be destructive or sneaky and manipulate them, or manipulate others to do your dirty work for you, which is really another version of Libra energy. Libra is in the political office, right? It's not the warrior on the battlefront. It sends people to go to war, people that is completely detached from an emotional level. Libra is hella detached on an emotional level, okay? It stays dignified, and it sends out people to go do the war for them. It has warriors. It has a whole squad of significant relationships, and those significant relationships have squads that does your bidding for you. This is Libra energy, okay? It's mastery type energy. I want you to understand this. Like, this is us mastering social relationships, where Libras are one of the best at not even having to have their own money. They just know how to use the money of other people. What house is 8th house to Libra? I think it's Taurus, which literally, I believe, tell me, who is a Libra in here rising? Was that Jeremiah? Did you say you were Libra rising? And if you are, do you have Taurus in your 8th house? That's my own curiosity. Cause I'm almost, cause I don't know what it is, but I know that Libras don't be using their own money. Yes, sir. Okay, look at that. That makes total sense. So you use the resource that other people have. Now, a resource, if you have the right significant relationship, Libra Moon, the right significant relationship, which is one-on-one relationships, one-on-one significant relationship, that's Libra. If you have the right significant relationship, you just happen, yes, I do, wow. You just happen to know the president, who can just press the red button and send a SEAL Team 6 to that dude's crib who broke your heart. You ain't have to address that person. You don't have to argue with them. And I'm obviously not saying go do that. But what I am saying is Libra got that pull. Libra got that pull. I hear you, Jeremiah. I would really have to see your chart to be able to understand fully on that. Like, of like, if using your own money is another or a different programming that might not be yours. Where if you do have 8th house and Taurus, it is about using the money, or at least, if not the money itself, if not the physical cash, the home of somebody else. Maybe somebody else's home, which would have been a big bill, right? That's rent. That's a big bill. Or somebody else's car, where you don't really have a Maserati, but you got friends with Maserati, so you can drive that valuable piece of equipment, valuable resource. And resources go so much above and beyond, right? You might just have a lawyer on your squad. That's a resource. Who fights those battles for you, those legal battles. Libra energy is debate type energy. And it's supremely masterful. And this healing is helping Libra as a money magnet. Yo, I know, right? This junk wild. It's pretty impressive. Like, I'd be impressed. My Libra friends, I remember like 5-7 years ago, yeah, one of my Libra friends was like, yeah, I got 80K chilling. But I was looking, I was like, this dude's like 6 years younger than me. What am I doing wrong? Where did I go wrong? Bruh. All my Libra friends are balling. They're hopping countries in the middle of the pandemic, during, after. And it's like, where are they at? Yeah, they just keep finding the funds. They keep finding the resources. If you're brand new on this, like this video, hit the thumbs up for your boy. I'm going to take a moment to drop my email list, which I really have not been using, but I've been building it. I have been building it, so the day will come when I'm clear on what is going to be used specifically for, because I'm really always just ever growing, if I'm being honest. So I'm still in the process. I'm still gonna keep building it in the whole 9. I'm gonna drop it right here. And on top of that, you get a free PDF on there. All right, you're gonna get like a spiritual advisory kit talking about some of the darker energies of each sign, all 12 zodiacs, as well as numerology and my own personal interpretations. I literally mean my own personal interpretations. I want to take a moment to roll this dice. Scorpio, first house, Uranus. We're going through a very progressive transformation of the self. That's what first house, Scorpio. So when I say resource, understand second house Taurus, I have Astro dice, right? It's one of my resources that helps with the opposite 8th house of what? The occult, spiritualism. That's because my second house is in Sag. My 8th house is Gemini. Speaking about the occult in a more creative, curious, but solution-based manner. Oh, sorry. First house, Scorpio, Uranus, which I lost. It's upside down. Somebody else shoot to me right now in this moment. What does that mean to you? What does the first house of Scorpio mean to you? For me, especially with Uranus and Taurus, my self-esteem, my self-worth, in my more intimate, aka 8th house Scorpio, in my intimate connections, in the things that I share with other people, what my role is and what I value and what I have has become more clear on, like, this is mine. I can and likely will share, but I'm also aware of the value that I'm bringing to this intimate dynamic. I'm aware of the things that I have myself. I wish I knew astrology like you. Yo, on some real, I feel like for me it's kind of a little bit of a cheat code because I've always liked astrology, but I really didn't study it until 2020 in the quarantine. I did pretty much get very obsessive, okay, in those studies. I won't lie to you. I became a monster. I study anything I do that I'm passionate about. I pretty much do with all my life force. But with that being said, I do know that I've had this knowledge before in past lives, for sure. So it's not the last 2 years of my study that is evident. It's all the past lives where I just only unlock this during my Saturn return. Literally, like in my Saturn return, I just re-unlock that gift. Third house Aquarius, what is that? Language. Third house, communication and language. What's Aquarius? Cosmic in this instance. Cosmic language, okay? Star language. Literally astrology, as my birthday is on screen, 4/14, April 14th. Literally. Astrology is, when you break it into low G, is that labradorito on your necklace. To be honest, I just found this after a year of not having it because I left it in the States. It is not labradorito, but I have one like this that is labradorito. I don't know what this is. I thought about it the other day. I can't remember because I literally got it a year ago. I think that it is. I know that it's from my heart. I remember buying this specifically from my heart because at the time I bought it 2-3 years ago, my heart was jacked up. I was like, oh crap. I have to start healing my heart. And it's been taking that long. And I feel like it's leading literally to this eclipse. I think it's jade. If I'm being real, I think it's jade. Because I don't believe it's green jasper. If I hit you guys with the closing message on what this is about, and I love labradorita, or labradorite in English, labradorita in Espanol. What I'm really excited about with this transit, honestly, is from a personal standpoint, and I say this as an Aries as well, Venus in Aries, Jupiter in Aries. I'm so blessed to really find that fun self, okay? Like that part of me that has always been fun. I feel like this goes back to the otter. This is probably the final message. This is the close, because I never got to the otter itself. And what I mean by that is, in all sincerity, recent events of watching snakes in the grass, literally having dreams about snakes around Nefertiti's arm, that actually stung me physically in my dream. Oh man, we got the dream interpreter in here. Maybe I share a little bit of this and she can help us, Shireen, to understand what this message might mean for us as a group. I was in Egypt and I saw this ornament. And I'm pretty sure it was like a triangle, like a pyramid. But what I didn't know when I picked it up, because it looked like one piece, what it had 5 intermediate little pieces. And they just all connected in a way that made a pyramid, but it was like a puzzle almost. And I didn't know any of that until I looked at it, and then it stabbed me right here. Now, when I looked at it, the line in palmistry links to the head. Aries, Venus in Aries, Jupiter in Aries. It stabbed me right here, and so I dropped it. It looked like it broke, but it didn't break at all. It just shattered into its 5 separate pieces, 5 different ornaments. Now, one of them was just obvious. It was like a king. He had his arms stretched out like this, but there was, oh shit, language. But he had this circle, literally something like this, kind of like a star, like a solar system. It looked like a whole galaxy in a swirl almost, but something almost like this. He had it in between his arms, and they were kind of slanted just a little bit like that. That was one piece. The second piece, I cannot remember, but it could have been the Ankh. I think it was the Ankh in Egyptian culture. Anybody knows the Ankh? That makes total sense, because on this day, somebody got cut. I woke up this morning and I made phone calls and somebody got cut from the team on the same day. Now, the last one that I remember, because I only remember 2 really out of the 3. One was the king thing that I just told you about. The second was Nefertiti. I know it because my mother has worn a Nefertiti necklace almost all her life. A gold Nefertiti necklace. And she would wear nothing but pure gold. Like, she's been eminent, 14 karat gold. And it was Nefertiti, but Nefertiti had a snake wrapped around her arm. And what was significant about this was, most times I see snakes, their tongue is in their mouth. This tongue was out of their mouth. It was hissing. There was also, that was really one dream right there. And I didn't know it until I tried to put it back together. And when I put it back together, I still felt the pain in my hand physically when I woke. And so I woke. Snakes can be good, but not in this instance. That's what I literally was like, I used to be terrified of snakes, no matter what, growing up. Terrified. And then I came around where in real life, I'm still not a fan of snakes in real life. I'm still not really trying to trust no snake. If I'm being honest, no. But in symbolism, I rock with the snakes. Is this a collective energy? I really feel, honestly, yes. Why? Because divine justice in this moon is happening on our inner child wounds. Chiron in Aries. Venus is conjunct Aries. Venus is not anymore. It's 2 degrees or so off now. But it was at the 12th degree, which is full surrender in the rest, so that we can digest the intuitive understandings of our subconscious mind, our subconscious programming. What is a subconscious programming? It's where those wounds sit, right? Chiron. Affecting your work, sting, exactly. And I'll be straight up. This particular person was sabotaging the retreat. In all sincerity. This person was sabotaging the retreat. And I called it out loud in April. It's May now. The retrograde is bringing things back where I'm like, okay. Because as a Scorpio, we have metaphysical evidence, right? We have metaphysical evidence. But in the real world, you can't just call somebody on their bluff and have it stick, right? Libra, in the court of law, you need something of clear, hardcore, in a sense, evidence. So it wasn't until hardcore evidence developed that I can actually make the call. And I was happy to make that call. And so much anxiety was relieved. Snakes, Shiva, abundance, wealth, protection on the positive side. Yeah. But I agree with you, full circle. Like, you know, I've learned to really embrace snakes as positive influences. Like, quite frankly, they're my friends. Okay? Like, there's a snake that comes through my head sometimes, literally in the vein, and it literally just sits here. Kind of like Egypt. How you see those snakes in Egypt, sitting at the top of the crown. Also 5, representing a change needed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. What did you say earlier? Painful truth to set you free. People trying to stop you. Yeah, and it was a painful truth, because when I look at it, the Chiron in Aries for me is, in all sincerity, like an Aries on the younger, unevolved stage, that wound, in a sense, is being all too trusting with my creative projects. I'm 5th house Aries, right? I'm a Scorpio rising. I literally had 1st house Scorpio here in Uranus when I rolled the dice. They're gone now, but they were here. So being all too trusting with my creative projects, literally with the parts that made me unique in my own ways, 5th house, right? Stellium. That was the wound. I no longer value such relationships. Literally. Hey there, handsome. How you doing? Hey, what's up, girl? I no longer value superficial relationships. I no longer value people taking advantage of my innocence, honestly, like my childlike innocence. In all sincerity, like, I have so many moments every day, multiple times a day, where I'm just like a little baby. I live with such a baby-like joy almost all day. It's so exuberant, so passionate, so enthusiastic, and so trusting. Now with me in 5th house, it would be trusting with those creative projects, potentially with my kids if I had them. But in reality, I'm like, my projects, what I do, YouTube, all these things, these are my babies. These are my creative babies. And I worked very hard to build each of them. So what that Venus and Chiron wound look like healing for me is really not valuing people who take advantage of my innocence. And in order to do that, I had to value my own intuition of that person is a snake. I had to value my intuition. That person's a snake. Everything about you stink. And I had that conversation in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. It's the most legendary call of my entire career. To cancel somebody in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Decisive. I knew what I wanted. I knew where I was going before the call started. Decisive. This is about being direct, exposing. This is the shark. Y'all saw it. Y'all heard it. Being direct. Exposure. And that call went pretty much exactly like this. I don't want you to come to the retreat. I don't like you. And in fact, everything about you makes me anxious. I have an extreme amount of anxiety around you. I don't want you anywhere near these women. And the response is something like, oh, I'm sorry that I give you anxiety. I'm sorry that I make you feel this way. No, you're not. Even on the way out, you continue your lies. Side note. And it was a great moment. I felt so awesome after that 2 minutes and 4 second call. It's the most legendary call in all of business for me, where I actually acted and not allowed my suspicion to begin to impact everyone else involved who's on the positive of this equation. Rather than allowing myself to have the clear, direct communications to say, you know what? This is what it is. I've called it out loud. I need to talk to all people involved. And one of those was the peace dealer. I had to go ahead, hit him up, and give him a call. And it's like, yo, look, this is what's up. Call me when you're ready. And he called me seconds later. Like, literally, I sent him this message. I said, look, this is what's going on. People are getting cut. People are getting cut. And I already cut them. But you're my business partner, and I want to be clear about why these people got cut. Here's the scenario. And now as both stories come together, life becomes very clear. And it was clear already, but it became clear for both of us, the peace dealer and myself. And from there, things move forward. Cardinal signs, Libra, forward. With divine justice, Aries, forward. With divine justice, we're valuing Aries and Venus. We're valuing divine justice. Jupiter and Venus, we're valuing the expansion of who I am as an individual. And not allowing these more baby-like, levels of innocence to be walked on any further. No, we're done here. And when I say we're done here, I mean me, myself, and every reflection of the insecurities that have allowed you and people like you to manifest. This experience has officially been remembered. I see it clear as day. Thank you for your service. I appreciate you for being the last one in this department to walk on my innocence, to walk on my back, and to receive this big boost that you officially have awarded yourself none of. You should be proud, Mercury in Aries. I was mad proud. Thank you, Forest Fairy. I was mad proud. Scorpio ending is the end. Yes. Yo, when I tell you I took that walk afterwards, after having a convo with PD on the follow-up, because everything in a sense was not officially balanced, okay, Libra, until all significant relationships reached a fair and resolute ending, decision. When the judge hits the thing and goes with the gavel, court adjourned. And I took that walk afterwards, and I walked to my cousin's house to go help him out with his yard work. And I'm going to skip the word, but I'm going to show you the enthusiasm. And it went a little like this. Checkmate. And I was so happy. I'm so happy to call checkmate. I'm like, thank you. This was a 2.5 month battle with real life demons that I was not allowed to just burn. Quite frankly, like who I know I am, like I'd rather, quite frankly, just burn you. I'd rather just turn the heat all the way up and realize that anybody that's not authentic, the heat will only burn you if you fake. But I was forced to not do such a thing. And this Libra Moon has helped me to heal this particular wound. To not have to burn everybody out of paranoia and suspicion of who is the culprit, rather than to be patient and evolve as an Aries, which is the emperor for a reason. Evolved Aries energy is very different than the immature Aries, where Venus and Aries is kind of on that primitive side. Evolved Emperor energy is in unison with his shadow self. So the shadow of an Aries is who? Libra. That's why this Libra Moon is one of the most evolutionary moments in all of history. Right before an eclipse. Because this divine justice needs to be dealt out before what? Before we can feel like the door can close and stay closed effectively. With all parties being balanced out. All outcomes, all realities being balanced out. That's why Libra Moon is really game changer. That's why I had to go live on this particular astro download rather than following the base format, where like spirit literally made me tired, where I couldn't even lift up my phone or let alone my leg. Literally, I was just down and out. I was like, man, I got nothing. But also to be happy about the fact that I had nothing. Why? As I asked you all to thumbs up and like this video, which is why I had to be really so happy about the fact that I needed so much rest. First off, I just won a 2.5 month war. This was not a battle, okay? This is me fighting against fairies, shamans, and witches, and dragons, and seraphims. Did you understand what I just said? Seraphims, dragons, shamans, witches, and fairies. And also to embrace that I did not win that war alone. And to have to recognize, finally, I really can trust that I have some support. And some of y'all on this channel energetically have been praying for me. Energetically, y'all have witnessed me tired. Y'all witnessed me a little bit out of like the ordinary, out of the whack. while I found ways to basically maintain everything that was essentially looking to be smeared. Oh my God, I'm not even going to get into the specifics because Spirit told me very clear, it's like, let that go. Let it pass. We're going to take care of it. But in order for us to do that, we need you to let us. So I want to say for all of y'all on here, thank you. Because this has been a 2.5 month war. I'm talking all out war. Multiple attempts have been made on my life. My life. My life. I'm going to say this again. My life. That is so wild for somebody to try to use magic to kill me. That's as much Mercury in Aries you're going to get. You're just going to get that. That's as much as you're going to get on the Mercury in Aries. Levels. The realms were involved. Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Forrest. Thank you, Shireen. Thank you, Michi. 555. Thank you, Kaisha. No, really. Thank you. Thank you all because thank you, Nakia. Thank you, Jeremiah. What a dummy, right? What a dummy. Yo, they motherfucker tried to kill me, yo. I'm telling you, like, my house set on fire overnight. I couldn't wake. I could not wake up. I could not wake up. Thank God my partner was with me. Because I was literally done. Like paralyzed. Like that's a crap. That's only one of the attempts. Multiple attempts in my life was created. Multiple attempts. A different one, they tried to smoke me out with charcoal. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine dying after setting charcoal, which is supposed to help cleanse the energy, but you get suffocated in an apartment? Oh my God. Okay, what's another one? Energetically just getting stabbed in my belly. Not kidding. To the point, I'm telling you, this joint dropped me down on my knees and I was like damn near in tears. Just from the pain of like, what the hell's going on? And again, thank God I had a squad on me. Right away, busting Reiki. Right away, in the middle of the attacks. I don't even know how many more have like literally, there's been so many more. In 2.5 months, it's been multiple attacks on my life. That's buck wild. Some of them happened on Peace Dealers live. Literally. And some of y'all might remember that when I had the evil eye beads and the evil eye bead cracked on top of the other thing that tried to kill me. Okay, like literally like interdimensional demons sent my way. And I'm like, yo, they're sending in demons from different dimensions. Thank you for showing me how strong I am. Yes. Okay. Yes. 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 Checkmate. Okay? Checkmate. You damn straight I'm happy. Checkmate. Checkmate. Because I promise you, on each and every person on it, that was your best and your last chance. Because that was the very clear indication why everything's squad up. Okay? So, I thank y'all in the process for just being so patient in the process of Scorpio lunar eclipse. Because in 2 more days, everything is revealed. And by the time the moon goes into Sagittarius, we officially transcend each and every boundary that was created from those shadow attacks. They only have the power we give them. Absolutely. I'd be terrified to be those people. Absolutely. Yeah, they messed up. They really messed up. I'd be terrified to be them too. Oh, wait, hell no. Who we have to pull up on? Yo, for simplicity, pull up on anybody that's on attack. That's it. Crazy. I know. What's up, Priceless Dow? Just prayed against any attacks against you. I really appreciate it. No, I really, really do. Y'all see this right here? I've been having to purify and burn stuff on the woo, dice drop. Look it got to the point where I just left out the fire pit. That normally stays in the garage. I just been leaving it out. And when I tell you, When I tell you that I just been burning stuff on the reg. like I spent like, I'm not kidding, for like 3 days straight, things have just been getting put in there and burned to really just help purify all of this nonsense energy. And some of those, and I want to say this out loud too, like some of y'all really on some real, throw those prayers out to the peace dealer as well. Because I want you to understand that I was just the vessel. I was the vehicle. I was the vehicle for these same things to be delivered to him. And that was, again, my innocence being played. Because at the end of the day, I was the vehicle. He was the target. So on some real, go ahead and throw prayers on him too. Because I was just the vehicle. I was the entry point to get to him. But everything's coming out. Okay? Things are getting exposed and divine justice being delivered. Delivered. And the best part about Libra Moon or Libra energy in general is you don't even have to go ahead and prove all of this. First off, you just know. And you know how to take the evolution of that sophistication and to not attack, to not allow your heart to go black. I put a message out there called Black Heart Receipts. It was on the Virgo moon. It was on a Virgo moon. And that moon specifically was at the degree where co-workers, okay, were being highlighted of who appreciates and who does not appreciate. And the receipts were there. And I said that, and I said that message then, I'm going to say it now. Don't let nobody turn your heart black. That's how I was feeling. Made me super nervous to connect with others for a few weeks there. Yeah. Great video. Oh, you saw that one. Yep. Peace and the strength of the peace of my coach. Yep. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Secret Balance. Because she got put in somehow on the way too. And she was actually there. Because I was working with Secret Balance in here on a one-on-one. And she was here one of these days when we had burnt some stuff for her, myself, and the peace dealer. I say this to say this. I say all of that to say this. Because I never want to come out and speak or preach a message to put the next person down, regardless if that's what they were trying to do or not. That's not the mission. I say this to say something very clear. Recognize with all your heart and all your energy that evil just exists. The naivety of my Aries is a lot of where this Venus conjunct Chiron had to go through some healing to recognize that, P, you know what? There's a reason why in earlier stages of your life, my life, that I didn't want to be the individual that I am. The reason why I didn't want to attract fame, even though I knew that it was always going to come my way. I ran from that thing. And that's because my spirit knew what I wasn't fully ready for at the time. In all sincerity. I'm a triple Aries, 5th house, okay? And I say this to say that what makes people a target is being an individual. Aries is an individual. And I completely, this is the thing, ready? My Mars is in Cancer, so my Mars has always had the emotional intelligence to understand in what ways have I been played. Because my Mars runs every single one of my Aries placements. And so what it did was, again, Cancer will not push forward, as I ask you all to like this video. I want you to definitely drop a thumbs up on the video if you're here new and you didn't do it. Cancer will not, it's a cardinal energy, but it's watery. Notice I got 3 water energies here. Aries 5th house too, gang. Gotta love it. Listen, Cancer will not push forward until it feels safe. If and when it does, it is the most ferocious, forward-moving sign. People get Cancer very twisted, very messed up. Don't ever believe that Cancer is anything other than an individual. Cancer pushes forward for itself. Individual, last, the eldest of the 4 individual signs. Before we step into relationships with others in Leo. Cancer is the height of the individual. As we go from Aries to Taurus to Gemini to Cancer. So my Mars in Cancer, I used to hate this placement because I didn't understand it. I was never able to push forward in all of my uniqueness because I didn't have the tools, and the emotional intelligence was not fully respected. I didn't respect my intuition because Aries wants to move fast and Cancer is like, I'm not going nowhere until I feel safe. And Aries is like, push, push, now. Cancer is like, sit, sit down. I'm ruling your Mars. We move forward when we feel safe to move forward. So what am I saying? I had to, in my own life, I had to get to the point where I felt emotionally safe enough. I had the right intimate relationships because I'm 8th house, right? So I had the right intimate relationships where emotionally I felt safe. When I have partners that make me feel safe, like they're not going to scurry away, like they're not going to gaslight me, like they're not going to ride the ick to the top, like they're not going to bandwagon, all this stuff. When I feel safe with my right intimate partners, the forward push is with ferocity. Now, I say that to say Venus conjunct Chiron in Aries, okay, as the Libra Moon now has an objective look at everything that we're talking, what's going down? All right, divine justice. But divine justice is only being served for those of us who are choosing to be our most unique self. Don't miss this train. Don't miss this train. Hop on the train of the individual. Up until about August, we are in individual signs. Hop on the train of the individual. You will be the one delivered divine justice. Look, I said it already. I don't need any more cards in these 1, 2, 3 today. This is it. I said it already. Profound blessings are on the way. Profound blessings are on the way. They're basically already here. I thank y'all for the loves in the chat and for the thumbs up. Y'all rock. I'm a Cancer ascendant with a North Node 0 conjunct wizard. Yeah. Cancer ascendants are gang. I love Cancer ascendants. I really do, actually. My Cancer in the 8th and progressed sun. Yep. I feel Pernell stayed off the internet because of the demons on this internet. True. I found peace still in lockdown 2020. And you're part of the lives I created, Forest Fairy. That's awesome. I'm ready to be who I am as well, handsome man. I'm a reader. I'm ready to go through my Mercury. Listen, for all of y'all that are ready on here, mind you, Serene is one of the ones next coming on. I want to host you live. Like, you know, help me fulfill my duty, Saturn in Aquarius, 3rd house, using technology and media to connect with the more cosmic relationships. So I said earlier, Gemini is curious friendships. Libra Moon, or Libra in general, is intentional friendships. That doesn't mean that they're all bad or all good. They're intentional. They're only intimate with a few. Okay? They got associates with everybody, but they're intimate with a few. And then you have cosmic friendships, literally. And this is Aquarius. And I really thought about this like yesterday, and it hit me clear as day. Curious friendships, intentional friendships, and cosmic friendships. Now, help me, my cosmic friends, and send me an email. You read cards, you read tarot, send me an email. Come live with me. Step out of that shell. Use this energy of Venus in Aries to value the self. Use this energy of Jupiter to expand yourself. And understand that this Libra Moon has officially activated some deep childhood wounds that have kept you from being such an individual, myself included. I say that as somebody for the last 23 days total, I'm here in my hometown, Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut. This is my hometown. And being here in my hometown, one, it shows me all the reasons why I know I don't like being here, but I can understand it differently now. Understand, okay, intellectually what is happening without my emotions bursting out like an Aries and just communicating for me in all the ways that I can't use my words. And so I use my actions to display that I'm angry, sad, upset, jealous, confused, all at the same time. But the action would be the same. Fight. Fight. For every emotion. I'm happy, fight. I'm joyous, fight. I'm depressed, fight. It was one action, one way to assert. And now, this experience that I just explained to y'all was a new way to assert. Instead, I practiced patience. Instead, I didn't become more suspicious of people who had nothing to do with the scenario. Instead, I didn't let my heart turn black and get caught in, well, you stung me, I'm going to sting you and watch my sting be better. You feel me? This is the stuff that we have to watch for and that Virgo moon message I put out, the Astro download, that was the it. That was the it. Because, like I said, Virgo is the last sign in the light, right before the sun sets in Libra. And once the sun sets in Libra, Scorpio is officially when we're totally in dark. Okay? And I lie. We're not totally in the dark until Pisces. But Scorpio is the one where we officially dig deep into the dark. And I thank y'all for those thumbs up. Y'all rock. Scorpio is when we dig deep into the dark. So we start, the light gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer because we're going deeper and deeper and deeper. Until eventually by Pisces, we're officially all the way in pitch nothing. It's not even dark anymore. There's just nothing. Man, I'm really happy. Thank y'all for allowing me to go ahead and just speak that out. Because, woo. You know, sometimes it's hard to know Muay Thai and not karate chop somebody in their throat. Yes, keep repeating, only love lives here. With my hand and heart each time I got it real bad. Thank you. You know what? Let's confirm this. The 17 of us in this chat right now, feel free to collectively affirm that only love lives here. And I'm going to type the same thing. And go ahead after you type that and put that on your heart. Only love lives here. And I want to say thank you publicly to Amanda for reminding us. Because that's what that video I put out that said Black Heart Receipts, that's what that was about. It was about make sure you take and collect all those receipts so you got the details. And that allow that efficiency and pragmatic approach to having those details not allow you to choose darkness, not allow you to go ahead and choose hate, and to allow somebody else to have so much control over you or myself, where we allow our heart to turn black based off of suspicion and revenge and vengeance, and, you know, really allowing, even when we think that we won, allowing the enemy to win anyways because we played their game. And that's the only way that the enemy can ever win, is to play their game. Black Heart Receipts is about just watch. Don't believe me? Just watch. And then understand that right after Virgo always comes Libra. I used to wonder what was Libra Moon about, honestly. Even as an astrologer, I used to wonder, what is Libra Moon about? Like, for real, what is Libra about? And that answer is really still forming, quite frankly. But I understand a lot better now. And one of the things for this, because there's a lot of things, I think Libra is highly evolved. It's like super amazing, honestly. But it's complicated. So I'm going to like make a different video on just Libra. But in this instance, Libra is divine justice. Literally justice from the heavens. Remember, in the angel hierarchy, it goes fire first, closer to heaven, and then air. I'm going to type that as myself. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Priceless. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Kaisha. Thank you, Nakia. Only love lives here. Bang. The perfect lamb is Libra. Miss MJB only loves here. Yep. Thank you, MJ. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. BJ Martin. I said MJ. I saw the M and the J. Thank you. Only love lives here. Thank you, Amanda. Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Michi. On some real, thank you all. I'm a progressed aqua in my third house, so I feel you. I had to stay here, 100 acre wood. Bang. Yo, I really, really appreciate y'all. We are so grateful for you. Oh, damn, I missed a lot of messages. Y'all went ham for a second. Hey, family helps spread the message and purpose. Yup. No, I really, I mean this from like the deepest parts of everything in my soul. Thank you. Because on some real, I knew that in some of these days I was down. Like I was in 12th house transit. Understand everything I said before. This is me in the 12th house. I've been in the 12th house for like half a year. It doesn't even make sense. I'm like, doesn't the transits and the planets and the stars move? How could I be in the 12th house so much? It's like, but it's like, look, everybody has their season. This is the best that I got in the moment, is that we all have our seasons, okay? I got chills. Yo, we all got our seasons where the 12th house is deep subconscious reprogramming. Through all of the rest, through the hidden enemies, something is revealed. And oftentimes that hidden enemy is ourself. And this is what I've learned tremendously about the 12th house is hidden enemies most often is me. If I'm going to a 12th house, I'm generally my own enemy. Don't ever forget, and I'm talking to myself right now, that the subconscious mind is creating everything here. Okay? Mercury is making this cup a cup. This cup, technically, I, with a physical, solid, dense hand, can technically defy reality if my imagination believed it enough and put my hand through this cup. Everything physical is a manifestation of the way that our mind projects that thing. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water lately. I'm telling y'all, the Scorpio moon, this full moon eclipse, drink more water. I promise you. It's going to help you to process your emotions more fluidly. If you're dried out, if you're dehydrated, you're going to suffer. And you're not going to gain the capacity of closing these magnificent doors that are ready to close for the full moon. You're not going to be able to really digest the full benefit. Drink water. Understand that it's going to help to cleanse out some of the mucky, muddy waters that Scorpio is always in relation with. Scorpio is dirty sewer water, okay? And hello, I meant my bad. Scorpio is dirty sewer water. So we need to drink more water right now during these seasons. Less alcohol, because the liver is Libra, and right now with the moon in Libra, if you're drinking alcohol in these days, probably even over like that, now that's a little bit like last week. Remember that the liver is helping us to process waste. So if we back that system up, if we damage that system by one, a lack of water and dehydration, or two, the acidity right now of alcohol, we will ultimately suffer a consequence. And that consequence will be, as we go through the full moon closing, this eclipse, okay, second of the 4 in this year, we will not get enough of the waste out. If we don't drink enough water in these moments and we don't give our liver the time to process what information Virgo has sent to us from the small intestines, understand the small intestines are Virgo. We already went through that Virgo moon. So we're processing the waste through the small intestines, but we're filtering it through Libra in the liver as it gets rid of the extra byproducts that are toxic. Eventually then the moon closes off in Scorpio, which is us closing the loops on in what ways have we damaged our sexual organs. In what ways have we damaged our sexual organs through lower level Aries energy, which is, I just want to get a nut tonight. Right now. I need my junk licked. Literally. Because Scorpio is the sexual organs. So the closing of this is back in 2014. I want you to think about 2014 and 2018. And I want to say 2011. Who were you dating, or what type of personality or person were you dating that ultimately you fell into the lower urges of sexual pleasure? Okay? Where maybe you probably got an STD along the way that, again, it's private because we're talking Scorpio. So if you got it, no one really knows unless you want them to know. Literally. But ultimately, it probably came because you were hurt. And through that pain, you made a quick impulsive action that didn't align with you emotionally. feel like I had a card for this. Maybe it was the dice. I think maybe it's time to read the otter card. Maybe that's what it is, because something is tingling in my... Something is tingling. Something's telling me to do something. I think it's about the otter. I think that's the only card I didn't read yet, because I know that these are the only 3 that we need today. Hello, Mr. Otter. Are you hiding? Look at how playful the otter is. He's playing. Got it. Oh my God. Yo, y'all gonna trip out. Look at this, okay? Oh, no, it's not. I thought they were all in order. It goes dolphin. I thought it goes then swan. I thought the shark was next, but I had the pages stuck together before. It goes shark and then otter. So still in that order. I read the dolphin first, and I didn't know these were in that order. I really had no idea. So now I'm going to read the otter. And I feel like this is the last message that we all need for the day. If you're brand new on here, definitely hit the thumbs up and like button on this. The otter represents unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. That's Leo. That's Leo. Content, happy with what it has, okay? Fixed energy. It's like, look, I like what I like. I have fun with what I have fun with. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck. The otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, Aries, or available to us at any time. We have a giddiness and reverence for life itself. Without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. This is literally Leo, because the opposite in the darker side of Aquarius energy is doubt, worry, and skepticism. Many people don't know that. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? And I want y'all to type this. With a little bit more of this type of energy, go ahead and type your response. What would life look like? Take a moment to ponder. What would it take to bring you there? Okay, maybe you can add into that curiosity. Maybe curiosity will bring you there. Okay, thank you, Shireen. The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. Wow. The celebration awaits. Leo. Transport, like lightning, Aquarius, opposite side. So this is telling me right now, there's only one Aquarius in the sky. This is Saturn in Aquarius. Okay? Transport, lightning. So if I think about that for myself, what is it for me? Aquarius, 3rd house, and Saturn. This is literally me in the duty I have to communicating on this technological platform. Technology, Aquarius, 3rd house, Gemini, curiosity of the kid. Okay? This is literally me playing out my karmic duty to use YouTube to help transport this happy message. But just any message that I'm putting out. The celebration awaits. When you're out of balance, you're feeling gloomy, you sigh, and you make silly excuses. All right, we're gonna work at a team real quick. Which one of your excuses that are stopping you from being yourself, okay, Venus in Aries, valuing yourself, Jupiter in Aries, expanding yourself. On the negative side of both of those energies, it becomes really excessive and becomes an addiction of the self. When you're in balance, you're full of love and you need nothing. To bring into balance, have a dance party or celebration. Okay, here we go. I got a little cord on me, so I'm not gonna go too far with it. Okay, but we're gonna celebrate because we just survived this demon attack. Damn intergalactic dragons and seraphims. Are you dumb? Hey, are you dumb? Hey, hey, are you? Hey. Yes, get back to the fun parts of life, ladies and gentlemen. We don't owe nobody nothing. You don't owe anybody an explanation. This is the best part. We don't owe anybody nothing. Okay? Nothing. Nothing. And I want to clap for you because you know what? You made it already to 2 out of 4 eclipses. And we talking Scorpio. This is the one you don't really want to deal with, quite frankly. This is the one you rather let stay in the bag. You rather keep that whole thing a secret. You're like, I gotta reveal what? Ooh, self-noted Scorpio, reveal who? Ugh. I thought I tucked that thing all the way down to the depths of nothing. How did you find it in the middle of nothing? Can you show me how you did that? Nada. Congratulations. Honestly, you made it. Like, you should truly be proud of yourself. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud as hell. I didn't slay anybody. And this is what I've had to learn. Aries, you know, as the Emperor energy in tarot, Aries is power, right? Literally, Aries is power. So the best part is, you know, you're truly powerful when you have the ability to smite somebody, to smite something, but you make the conscious choice to realize that true power is equivalent to being able to take what you want when you want it, but to choose wisely regardless. To choose the greater mission, whatever that is. Whatever that is. And I want to remind you all here, as I drop this Angel Reiki link down below, tomorrow morning, which is why I'm getting ready to get out of here, the sun is setting. I'm going to save the rest of my energy for the workshop. Tomorrow, Shireen's going to be coming in. She's about to send me a message about what the exact contribution looks like. Shireen, if you know a little bit about that up front and you want to share some insights in the chat with others that are here about what they might be able to expect from you and your part, you don't have to give it all, but if you want to give a little taste, then feel free to go ahead and let us know. As I check the comments, we are demon slayers. I know. Isn't it awesome? Hey, Virgo vibes. What's going on? Yeah. Snakes, clowns, and dragons. Nothing. Yo, you mad funny, Kiva. I was just typing, you said it, laugh out loud. Check. So yeah, this event is free to come. It's free for the pull up. All it requires is your attention, your energy and your attention. I feel like what I would like to add, honestly, is the last minute of you bringing a pen and paper. I'm going to set a big fire for everybody right there. It's going to be incredible. I'm doing a little bit of candle magic tomorrow. And what that looks like to me is it's going to be a green candle for our heart to release any of the icky, ugly black tar that has got attached to our heart because of certain things that we have allowed as a consequence of denying ourselves. Will it be recorded? Yes, it will be recorded because it'll go live on YouTube, even though only the people in the back end will be able to actually participate. So self-centered, thank you. The green candle will help us to really bring and get back to being compassionate and understanding that compassion and sensitivity is a requirement for true leadership. You heard what I said. Compassion and sensitivity is a requirement for true leadership. As well as a blue candle so that our creative pursuits that are in the higher realms, okay, throat chakra, mind you, is more of a God level ability, okay, to be able to communicate clearly and effectively and sing song and dance and drums. So these are the two things we're going to be basically collectively burning away all of the unnecessary parts as we close these celestial gates. And I mean exactly what I said, celestial gates. You have to understand that Scorpio is the veil between the human existence. It's at the height of humans right before it turns into God, and it's at the door. In order to become a god or a goddess, which each and every single one of you on this call is a god or a goddess, you all have divine light within you. I don't care what your color, your skin, your culture is. Each of you have and are fragments of black light, or what's otherwise known as the dielectric. I do thank you all for those thumbs up. I see you on dropping those thumbs. I appreciate you. That was a really big bug. What was that? Each of you all in this have, at bare minimum, fragments of God level energy. So Scorpio is the heart chakra where you can't ascend, quote unquote, ascend. You can't essentially dissipate, because I really don't believe there's an ascension. Even though Sag is looking up, it's more symbolic. The real life ascension is the true vision, okay, of your wildest self, which I really feel like is Sag, that maybe has never been said before. It's the true vision of your wildest self. And that's why Sagittarius is such a wild energy, such a wild card that everybody like a little nervous about. Like, I don't want to date a Sag. Like, that doesn't seem reliable. It's like, if you're being your truest self and you're honest about all your desires, then it more likely is one of the most faithful relationships. But that's a different level. That's a different conversation. My point behind this is we're burning these two candles specifically so that we can make sure that we lead with compassion in our heart, but also authentically to our expression, creative and otherwise. All right. Maybe Shireen shared something in that chat. Let me see. Heard facts will be recorded. Swivel in the hips. Ow. Yeah, some life stories, dream interpretations, astral experiences, poems. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Shireen, for that. Love and compassion. Allow the divine to handle it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the last thing is, I want you guys to bring a pen and a paper tomorrow, because I want you to write some things down. I showed you the fire pit right over there. We're going to have a mass purification so that when we close these doors, I'm going to be calling on specifically a group angel Reiki class for everybody in a sense. There will be movement involved. So don't expect to just sit there kumbaya. Expect to be able to stand, okay, and move your body. Honestly, I have no idea what that movement will be, but it will be something, okay? So as long as you got arm's length, you should be okay. It'll be something primarily because energy gets, and when I say energy in this instance, I mean emotion. Energy in motion needs to be in motion, but Scorpio allows it to get stuck. So all the things that we tucked under the rug, Scorpio, unconsciously, Scorpio, because Mars is unconscious, everything that gets tucked under the rug, eventually it gets stuck. When that emotion gets stuck, it manifests as an injury in your body. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, my shoulder. Oh, my foot, my knee, my whatever. Oh, I hit my knee on the wall. It's like, no, you didn't hit your knee on the wall. That is blunt force trauma that you just took as an impact to your structure. Capricorn. Feminine or masculine? Oh, left or right? Ah, left. Ooh. Okay. This is significant for something very specific. My point is, energy gets trapped in the body when it's not in motion. So we're going to put our energy in motion, which will help us to cleanse water, emotions, water, to cleanse the emotion. And the fire will help us to purify the emotion. I'm going to bring in the earth to make sure that we ground that new self. Okay? And the wind, and we're going to say throat for this instance, so that we can continue to communicate with the new, clean, purified, and grounded self that we've stepped into as we close these doors. Celestial doors, okay? Scorpionic doors, which means dimensions. Multiple dimensions. You remember how deep Scorpio goes. It's deeper than we can consciously comprehend or intellectually process. So That's why I'm doing this, because I'm saying that this is an eclipse. We need Big Daddy support, okay? We need a little bit of Archangel Michael. We're going to need a little bit of Raphael for sure. And then we're going to bring in the others who are just going to decide to pull up. The birds are awesome. Thank you. The big guns, yes. We're bringing in Big Daddy. You ever had that? You ever see that thing where somebody just dropped their schlong on your shoulder? I'm like almost laughing at whoever's on the other side and had that moment where maybe their boyfriend just came and just dropped the hammer on the shoulder. Babe, you hungry? What's for dinner? A cock meat sandwich. Yo, y'all crazy. There's something wrong with y'all. Okay, something's wrong with me. That's cool. Babe, you hungry? Okay, here we go. The Pisces and fishes. Oh my God. Sometimes I crack myself up. I crack myself up all the time. I'm lying. All the time. Childlike innocence. I have no shame in my laughter. All by myself. I had somebody ask me one day, like, you like your own videos? I was like, hell yeah, I like my own videos. You don't? You don't like your own videos? You don't like what you're putting out? You don't like what you're putting out? Hell yeah, I like my own videos. I did it on Instagram too. People thought it was weird. Yo, you like your own video? You a creep. What? Is it so strange to love yourself? To appreciate your work? To support it? If you're not the cheerleader for your own life and existence and creative projects, I had a mentor tell me one time, he's a good friend, he said, P, ain't nobody gonna support your projects or your babies more than you. Ain't nobody gonna support your projects more than you. And I needed to hear that, and it hurt when I heard it, because I kept expecting to just boss people around. Honestly, at this stage in my career, like 5, 6 years ago, I think like 6 years ago, I thought that, you know, I was just gonna just have people make all my Canva flyers, and I was gonna have a camera crew just follow me, and, you know, people were gonna feed me grapes from the vine. And one, I had to realize that Jupiter in Leo lives past life as royalty. So some part of me just really knew that that's how it's actually been in my life. But this ain't that life cycle, okay? Like, I'm not a king walking around in a crown. So my point is, ain't nobody gonna support your projects or your baby more than you will. And when I started understanding that for real, everything in my business changed. I then began to be able to take spirituality as, in my personal opinion, a true leader, okay? Someone who literally is just in it for the right reasons. And as a part of that, divine justice will be paid and dealt out through all the things that you need and more than you can even dare to ask. Appetite crystal. Yo, I had an appetite and I snapped it. Sensenzia. Oh, wow, girl, I didn't see you in a long time. I hope I get to see you at this event tomorrow. Boop. I just dropped it tomorrow. It looks like the Appetite Stone, but maybe I'm wrong. Are you talking about this? So I really don't, I can't remember what it is. I don't think it's Appetite, though. Is the Appetite the blue one, no? Because I just broke. I was telling the truth the other day, and it was this blue stone. But I only know these stones in Spanish, so they get confusing. Apetito. But there's two types of apatite. Apetito, apa something. I think this is jade. I don't think it's emerald. But I only just found it again today. I haven't worn it in a year. I pretty much left it in a luggage by accident. It's key. It looks like, except I'm wrong. Yo, that Jupiter and Leo, right? I know. Wow, I never thought of that. Wow, I'm so gonna like my own content. Hell yeah, like your own content. This is from my life. Yep. Boom. Real life about to go dance party. Hell yeah, I'll do it one more time with you. With the white shorts. You got the legs out. Ooh. Ah. 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 Listen, when you feel like you want to dance, do it right then and there, okay? I remember being in Mexico one time. I was with my friend, and we were like eating like in the middle of like tacos or something. I think it was a different meal. It was Peruvian. We were eating Peruvian in Mexico. And the salsa song came on, and I stood up, and I'm like, she's like, I don't know how to dance salsa. I was like, me neither. And two motherfuckers don't know how to dance salsa, which is dancing salsa. Life is way too short. Always remember that. Honestly, one of the best feelings that was much more scary when I was younger was that I was never going to live past 22 years old. Now, the beauty behind that is I made sure to live like I was going to die. I literally made sure to live like I was going to die. Now, on some levels, that definitely put me more in a survival and a scarcity mindset. At the same time, I won't lie to you. So I'm not going to recommend it in that sense. But, excuse me, what I didn't realize then was that death was more spiritual. I didn't know that before that time frame. I was 22. I think I had a spiritual death, and I got broke. Okay, literally. I want you to go back to 8 years ago. 8 years ago is when all of this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse is popping off. And 8 years ago, I was shattered into dust. There wasn't even pieces. I was just sand. Okay, just a pile of sand, shattered. And it's really hard to put sand back together and turn it into glass. So ultimately, like, it was like more about like buying a new glass. Like looking at the pieces that were shattered, sifting through to study it, if you will. But ultimately, it was about buying a whole new glass set. It's like once it turned to sand, you can't bring it back to glass. Forest Fairy, that's beautiful. Shireen, belly dancing is so much fun. Yeah, that sounds amazing. My first girlfriend was a belly dancer. She was Egyptian. My first girlfriend. I trained ballroom dancer at Greek breakout and dance. Absolutely. Absolutely. 8 years ago, I was shattered as well. Boom. My husband had another family behind my back. Ooh, that sucks. And abandoned me. And the 5. I was unemployed, stay-at-home mom. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. Whole family. That was pretty much the part that shattered me as well. It's like, I fell for the best friend thing. Oh no, he's my best friend. But everything in my soul knew. But the shattering was like, until I eventually had to stop, I think I stopped at 5. But there were so many other guys. They were all my friends. And I'm literally dropping this lady at the time to their dorm, to their college, like dropping them off. Ugh, so disgusting. And I went hunting. When all that stuff came out, I went hunting. Until finally, I went to jail. Apparently, by the time you bop at least 5 people, you're gonna go to jail. Apparently. And my point was, what I learned from the experience is like, don't look for what you're not ready to find. That was one thing I learned from the experience, because I kept looking. I wanted to know every single person. Who are all the people involved? How many of my friends literally banged my girl? Like, how many? My girl. How many? And I looked, and I found. And little by little, I shattered more and more and more and more and more. And what I recognize is, don't look for what you're not willing to find, for starters, or what you don't need to find, what you don't want to find. Like, where, I say that where it's like, don't be ignorant and just say, oh no, it's not happening because I did that, what got me into that scenario in the first place. Pisces type thing, like, la 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 la. That's what got there in the first place. Go looking and you'll find it. Okay, there you go. I knew there's one of these sayings that had to be out there or something like that. So my point was, when it came down to it, It's like once the glass was melted down into sand, it's like that was never going to build that glass again. That's what this 8 years in a sense has shown. It's like no matter how many times I looked or searched for this same type of love or the same type of energy in the next person, the experience primarily kept repeating person to person, first off. And the experience was more so trying to reveal to me how to value myself. And this is this Venus conjunct Chiron. Libra is bringing the element where we can be sophisticated enough where now, and this person specifically in this particular time frame, where even when the situation being talked about can be talked about with fairness and respect. Not that you have to enjoy or like it or the person itself, but that the entire scenario can be used in a way that's more respectful, in a way that anger does not create the decision, in a way that we allow divine justice to balance out everything. Rather than us taking it into our own hands and thinking that we have a better solution than our guides, than God, than whoever it is that you look towards. And I want to finish this message with this quote that I recently heard and got that continues to prove beautiful. Okay, that guy got like a lawn blower going on in his house. That's different. I thought you used that on the yard, but whatever. I'm going to mind my business. And so, step back, you heathen. I'm kidding. I love you. Just don't bite me. Faith is knowing that the ocean is there by the stream. More like by the vision of the stream. Let me check it. He got grass in his living room. I know, right? He trying to blow the snakes out of the grass. He like, yo, where you at, you heathens? Where are you? I know you're in here. I dreamed of you last night. And I'm ready to dress my demons. Faith is knowing there is an ocean where you can only see the stream. And that's really how I want to end the message. Faith is knowing there's an ocean when you can only see the stream. Anybody else that is in here that would like to, as a woman, come to the retreat, one of those spots got officially filled up today, which is dope. Or another one, I should say. I don't care about his family. So walking, let's go. Yeah, Forrest. I agree. Walk the way we take napping. Gotta retouch job. Seeing a silver lining is the beginning of transformation. So I have that event there. I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm gonna go find some sweets because I like sweets at nighttime. Like healthy sweets. I try to make healthy sweets. I got a whole bunch of ideas. So I'm really happy about like some of these next stages of integrating food into my channel because I love to cook. I love to cook. It makes me so happy I'll be able to cook down at the retreat as well. Super dope. Ooh, and I washed my scarf today. Doesn't it feel good when you wash your scarf, yo? Everybody here, real quick, if you're here, just to send out an extension of your support to someone else in the chat, and I don't mean myself, but someone else in the chat, just drop multiple colored hearts. You know, however many hearts that you can find in the chat. Let's allow really love to be the last thing that we leave here. And make sure that before we step into the Scorpio moon, as I lead the rest of this at the event tomorrow, that we step in it pure of heart, okay? So just drop hearts up in the chat and understand that, you know, it's not worth allowing your heart to go black over someone else's pettiness especially when you see them. Allow divine justice to take place. Understand that all things balance. And it oftentimes does not require us to have an active hand in the punishment, or for us to decide what that punishment looks like. And just embrace that there is so much more support out there that is just waiting for us to ask for the help, ask for the resources, ask for the obstacles to be removed. And I say thank you. If you haven't liked this video yet, do so. I'll see you at the event tomorrow. I'm coming in so powerful tomorrow, and I'm happy about it.